heart of sin, won't you let me start again? If you see me fit, cut right from my way. Until then, I'll never win with this heart of sin.
In May of 1958, two moonshiners by the names of Luther Atkins and his nephew Kermit Atkins were arrested for illegally distilling and distributing moonshine. Authorities caught wind of their operation, finding it not far from the moonshiners' own residence, where they were arrested on site. This story from the past was not rare. It happened right at the border of Henry County and the self-proclaimed Moonshine Capital of the world, Franklin County.
Well, apparently it's over this moonshining situation in Franklin County.
The Moonshine Capital earned that moniker around the beginning of the Prohibition era. The criminalization of alcoholic consumption and production led to an accelerated growth of business in illegal distilling for those who would have gotten their fix through more legal methods. Throughout the decades, even after Prohibition had ended, many still turned to the less efficient and less legal ways to get a drink. This even included many local authorities and officials who would have either taken bribes or taken part in the consumption of moonshine in exchange for silence.
Recently, we have run stories on big still operations that have been raided and destroyed, and Judge Jones didn't like the publicity. And he said at a recent trial, said in open court that the publicity on the stills in Franklin County has got to stop. Apparently, he seems to think it's giving Franklin County a bad name.
However, the white lightning struck just a little too bright, leading to one of the longest trials in the history of Virginia. The Great Moonshine Conspiracy Trial, as it was widely known, would be the result of moonshiners letting their guard down from the law and selling enough product to produce the equivalent of $95 million in taxes adjusted for inflation. Catching the attention of the federal government, that transaction led to the lengthy federal investigation of indicted moonshiners, government officials, and even an entire company. The result would have over 30 individuals found guilty and sentenced to up to 2 years in jail. However, some received less harsh punishments, if any, such as probation.
I think there's too much sympathy shown for the bootleggers. Every annual report of the ABC board that comes out shows Franklin County leading the state in the number of stills. There has to be a reason for this, and I think the reason is in the Franklin County courthouse. I think the circuit court judge and I think the Commonwealth's attorney coddle the bootleggers. There's too much sympathy shown for the bootleggers.
No matter the result, there will always be the court of public opinion. Even after the infamous trial, Franklin County remained the beating heart of moonshine production in Virginia. From there, the activity spread all over the state, even spilling into North Carolina, as moonshiners and families profited and lived off of illegal distilling. Some of those families would have children that became big names, like NASCAR driver Robert Glenn Jr. Johnson, who was actually inspired to pursue stock car racing after a lifetime of evading and outrunning authorities. Despite being illegal to this day, moonshining remains a part of many Virginians' family trees, and Franklin County will always be known as the Moonshine Capital of the world.